rise and shine. Coffee's brewing, feeling fine. News is out and on the air. Shizzy Whiz nuts wild, but we don't care. Morning Whiz and coffee. Talk the news, he's a tease. Laugh it off, we're on the go. Shizzy Whiz nuts, start the show. Let's go. Spinning in the breeze, stupid jokes, he's such a tease. Sip the Java with a smile. Pants are off, but stay a while. Morning Whiz and coffee. Talk the news, he's a tease. Laugh it off, we're on the go. Shizzy Whiz, let's start the show. Let's go. Headlines spinning in the breeze. Stupid jokes, he's such a tease. Sip the Java, wear a smile. Pants are off, but stay a while. Morning Whiz and coffee. Talk the news, he's a tease. Laugh it off, we're on the go. Shizzy Whiz, let's start the show. Let's go. Serious is overrated. Every day we're caffeinated. Talk the town, but in a jest. Morning Whiz is always best. Clock is ticking, time to run. Morning show's a load of fun. Grab your mug, don't spill a drop. Laugh your ass off till you pop. Clock is ticking, time to run. Morning show's a load of fun. Grab your mug, don't spill a drop. Laugh your ass off till you pop.
Oh my god, Shizzy breaks Larry. Shizzy broke Larry.
Good morning, everybody. I hope that you're doing well this morning. Yes, I am doing fine. I just fell back asleep. I got up and sat down for 2 seconds and closed my eyes and went right back to sleep. So yeah, that is what happened with me this morning. But welcome right now with Crafts and Nightingale. You are definitely welcome here, you lovely person. Thank you so much. 'Cause everybody sucks, you see, and they're dumber than a bag of rocks. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
And 4 more days of increasingly stupid, ridiculous, ignorant, boulder, dash, poppycock, bollocks, and fuckery.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Good morning. Good morning. Here we go. Good to see you. Yeah, it's about time. Well, it happens. You know how much I suck. Yeah, there was I was working on something late into the wee hours of the morning, the wee hours of the morning. And you'll just have to wait and see. It's going to be well worth the wait. I guarantee it. It's going to be well worth it. Let's just go ahead and get down to it. Now, this year was from November 2nd, 2023. And this is where the first time that I ever got to meet, I'd known MG for a little bit, and he was one that started talking to me a little bit more, and was just like, hey, I've got this thing if you're interested. And not only was it MG, then we also had Baker that was around quite more often, hanging out. Started talking to Megan Fox. This is where I really got an introduction into Megan Fox, and people like Lauren Knighty, and all of the people that have been around for quite some time. And it really made it wonderful. Like my experience on the YouTube became much more enjoyable. But this is the one that really piqued my interest whenever it came out. So if you're thinking, here we are, 2025. Now this happened back in November of 2023. You know, we're coming fresh out of a whole pandemic. People are starting to, you know, just get a little bit more involved in what's going on with court cases. I mean, they did before, but not to this level. So this is something that I think really put a fire under people's ass. Good morning. Yes. And here it is. Let's do this. Why is it not playing? Yeah, here we go. It'll take a second. Now it'll go. Let it go. It'll catch up here.
Yeah, actually, let me look at the worksheet really quick. One of them isn't even one that I'm trying to. Yeah.
Okay, it would be that one.
Yeah. Did you guys not have it?
Yeah.
It would have been. I labeled it like 15. I don't know if you saw that. I gave them a USB. Do you have that USB?
I think I do. I do have it on my computer.
Okay.
So
and
we
if it's
printed
labeled,
what you gave us. I know somewhere that you did.
if it's labeled like 1 for 15, 15, just if it's 15.
I think that's the one then. Because ours started at 55, and 16, I assume, would have been your last one. Which
That would have been
54, right?
Yes.
Okay,
perfect.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, thank you so much.
Yeah, no problem. I actually planned to. Yeah. I didn't know that the court was going to lodge it like that. Like, I'm used to them doing like defense 1, plaintiff 1. Like, back and forth. They're going to lodge it like all the time.
Yeah, it's a little different.
Old Tonsil Twins was jealous of Clayton's female attorney. Well,
I'm not going to try to admit it.
Awesome. Thank you.
I can understand why. She's pretty smoking hot. Just saying. Oh, yeah, one of the greatest moments was the Fiverr. And I saw it live as well. Exactly. That was one of the most beautiful moments. Yes, Starzy, you should. And we're going to be digging more into this, you know, in the coming months. This is going to start being a little bit more of my regular morning shows. As I said, I've been working on this for a little bit of time, just sort of getting it all set up. And then here she comes.
All right. So good morning. I'm Commissioner Van Texas. And we're here today in the matter of Clayton Echard versus Laura Owens, CV 20230539552. We will start by having everyone state their names. Ms. Arena, if you want to begin.
Good morning, I'm Deandra Arena, counsel for the plaintiff, Clayton Echard. I'm also accompanied by Isabel Rainey from my office, who's an associate.
You, Mr. Echard?
Nice.
Thank you. Yes.
Good morning, Your Honor. Attorney Joshua Lopez representing Laura Owens, who's present before the court on Microsoft Teams.
All right, thank you. Ms. Owens, if you can state your name for me.
Laura Owens.
All right, thank you.
Just sounds
All right, so this
angry.
is a continuation of the contested hearing that the previously held on October 24th. Before we start, I guess we'll discuss that there was a request to have the hearing not put on live stream. The court granted that. Then there was an objection to that filed. The court had granted it prior to the objection. But reviewed the objection. At this time, I'm still ordering that the live stream not be active during the hearing. The courtroom is still open. Anyone who wants to come to the courthouse can view the hearing in the courthouse, but I'm not having the hearing live streamed. We also had a notice.
Hopefully that's a little better.
Allegation filed on October 31st. Mr. Lopez, did you have an opportunity to review that?
I did have an opportunity to review it, and I'd like to object on a handful of different reasons, Your Honor. And if you'd like, I can present those now.
Oh, this could be good.
So in regard to the amendment, well, in regard to the amendment, Your Honor, generally what happens in these order of protection hearings or injunction against harassment hearings, the petitioner is able to amend their petition at the beginning of the hearing before we've even started to determine what the scope.
Oh yeah, that's for the lies that she's done, for the lies that she's had, and in a court hearing, in a trial, provable lies. Yes, she could do some jail time. That's not something that they're playing around with. I think because of her actions, especially towards the judge. Making you too loud. We turn up the video, making you too loud. So I'm too loud. Let me see if I can get my audio happening a little bit better here. Let's see, I can bring this down a little bit here. I should be able to bring this down to a little bit more reasonable. There we go. So now you should be able to bring up your volume quite a bit. That shouldn't be so overwhelming now. Can you represent me in my potential lawsuit? You don't want me to do that. Not much better. Okay. Yeah, she needs help. Yeah, I think I've brought it up quite a bit. So the volume is going to be pretty low on this one. But hopefully what I've done will help bring it up.
Of the hearing should be in regard to. In
There
this
we go.
particular instance, Clayton did not have those in his petition, and we are now 4/5 of the way through his petition. Not only that, we've started the hearing, and he's ended his case in chief. We've already presented now. He's ended his testimony. He's ended entering his exhibits. We've moved on to the defense case in chief, and we're 4/5. Again, we're 4/5 of the way through the hearing. If this was all complete on the same day, he wouldn't get that opportunity to now amend his petition once we're already about to be at the end of the hearing. Just because he's now hired counsel doesn't give him a new opportunity to now amend the petition or add exhibits or add.
Good morning, sir.
That would essentially be restarting this whole hearing over again, opening up the petitioner to be able to testify, and then cross-examination, and then we would get a chance to respond. That wouldn't make any sense. If it's too late now, he shouldn't be able to amend the petition at this point.
Yeah, Mr. If you wanted to be heard,
I do, Your Honor, and
you can remain seated. It's better.
Stephen Bear is in a state of panic, always. Here we go.
It's a nice phone anyway, so
whatever the court's preference is, of course. Your Honor, with respect to our request to amend pursuant to Rule 38D, it's our position that we are able to amend at this point in time. Mr. Echard has already provided testimony to support these new allegations in his case in chief. I believe the purpose of Rule 38 is in part for judicial economy. As the court's well aware, Mr. Echard could proceed with filing an additional injunction against harassment at a later date. So we're really just doing this to ensure that the court has all the necessary allegations to proceed with making a determination in this hearing today. I don't believe it's prejudicial whatsoever. Again, the testimony has already been provided to support these new allegations, and I think it's important that they be added so that the court can make a determination today, and Mr. Echard doesn't have to come back another time within.
Yeah, so this is just a hearing. I'm usually in a state of disarray. Exactly. So what's happening here is they want to make sure that he doesn't have to come back. They're trying to get a lot of the issues resolved. This attorney, as you are well aware, this is before Clayton, or before Gingras or Gingras or Gangras or whatever all his name is. This is before then. But it's going to be really interesting. I'm just going to move this up here out of the way because this is going to get really interesting. She's going to start getting up, rubbing her belly, all kinds of things because she doesn't realize that she knows that it's being recorded. She just doesn't realize the level of what is allowed to be shown. So, I mean, although this was recorded via Zoom, this was later released to be able to show what was happening with this case.
New injunction.
So civil turned criminal, and how did that happen? Okay. How did now that's a very good question because a lot of people are wondering, well, how did a civil case all of a sudden turn criminal? Well, she lied to the court. She lied multiple times, so she got in under not just perjury, but what was there, a total of 7 charges that they charged her with, lying on court documents, just multiple things. I'd have to pull up all of it to remember off the top of my head, but it was the judge that made the recommendation to the district attorney to bring criminal charges against her. You know, whenever you bring a lawsuit against somebody, and it's a frivolous lawsuit, whenever you start harassing people and they're frivolous, all it takes is for it to get in front of a jury or in front of a judge. And whenever a judge sits down and says, hey, what exactly is going on? You know, these kinds of things courts don't look at too well. I was joking. I know. I love you anyway. But a bit of perjury and tampering with evidence. Yeah, those things will get you in trouble. They tend to.
All right, thank you. So when I first received it, I was concerned that we were, just adding stuff at the last second. I do think that these are just making more specific allegations that we did discuss, that Mr. Lopez did have an opportunity to cross-examine him about because they were based on exhibits that were already admitted.
I think my wife turned on some water. Yep, that's outside. It's outside. That's the water coming on. I heard the noise. I was like, oh, that's usually the sound of water hammer. Oh my God, it's a late, short dart for you this morning, Shizzy. I gave up on seeing you. Oh, don't give up. It's not gas. That's my wife. It's my wife watering plants. It's fungus, and no one's figured out why that's his name. Bad wife. No, it's fine. It's fine. It just means that the plants aren't going to be thirsty this morning. I bet you guys can hear that too. It sounds loud. It's because the wall is right outside this room, so it's doing a water hammer. It'll straighten out after a little bit. Crazy. Sounds like I've got really bad gas, but it's not. It almost sounds like a motorboat. I could wear a dress to court and Jane Doe, perfectly acceptable to the ecosystem. Bad wife, and will punished or maybe rewarded later. Yeah, we like it.
And have already been admitted at this time. So I will allow the amended allegations at this time over the objection. But I do have the same concerns Mr. Lopez expressed, which is we're not restarting this hearing. And so the reason we reset it was so that Mr. Lopez could ask Ms. Owens questions about their exhibits and admit whatever exhibits they were choosing to admit. Mr. Echard, I have given him an opportunity to review those exhibits prior to those being admitted, since he hasn't had an opportunity to see those. So where we are in the case is that Ms. Owens has testified primarily She is going to, I guess, finish her testimony through whatever exhibits Mr. Lopez wants to admit. And then Mr. Eckert would have the opportunity to cross-examine Ms. Owens because that part he hadn't concluded yet. And then we would do closing arguments. So that's kind of where we are. Okay.
Just a question, Your Honor. So I understand that you're going to allow the amended petition, but as far as the exhibits that the petitioner was trying to supplement, those are not being included. Is that correct? He's not getting the opportunity to admit additional exhibits. Is that correct?
I mean, I guess the only thing I have about the exhibits, and I haven't seen that, I haven't reviewed all of those exhibits. The only thing I don't know about any of the exhibits is if they were in response to any of the exhibits that you have, I guess is what I'm not.
And I guess I'm not sure either.
I guess that's the only thing I don't know, but at this point, I do think his, case has been basically concluded.
Okay. My final question is, as far as this hearing, I know it indicates in the minute entry, it was, we were just going to go for 30 minutes. Is that 30 minutes altogether?
One of the questions we have here is this the same judge as the original case? No. That's your answer. No. Laura checking herself out of fixing her vein much? Oh yeah, she's trying to make herself appear right now in this current hearing. She's trying to make herself look pregnant. Okay, so it'll become more apparent here.
Together, is that 30 minutes for us to present our exhibits? Is that broken down? I just want to make sure that I'm efficient with my time as best I can be.
I mean, ideally, we're here for 30 minutes, but I will extend it to 45 minutes to allow everyone to do closing. So the testimony portion, and that would include cross-examination time, would be the 30 minutes.
Okay. Is it, do I have 20 or is it like 15 and 15? I just want to make sure.
20 is fine, and then 15, 10 minutes to cross-examine if we need to, and 15 minutes for closing, sort of around that time.
All right. Thank you.
Okay. Ms. Rena?
Your Honor, with respect to the exhibits, the supplementals, they are, for the most part, impeachment exhibits with respect to Ms. Owens' prior testimony. So that's what they would be using for. And so I guess to answer the court's question, they are responsive to defendant's exhibits here. So it would be utilized for cross-examination. That's what the supplemental exhibits are for.
And I mean, I think you could use them for impeachment purposes if you felt they would be relevant. So I just don't know if she has them to look at to.
They were disclosed to Mr. Lopez on, I believe, yesterday morning.
I was able to send them to my client, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you.
And Your Honor, one last thing. While I understand and respect the court's decision regarding the courtroom being closed for live stream, I do have concerns regarding the fact that Ms. Owens is present virtually and who's present, in her household and who else is being able to listen to this. My client, unfortunately, with this hearing not being able to be live streamed, is being precluded from having any of his family, friends, or any other persons that may want to listen in support of him from being able to do that. So I would just ask that the court at least confirm with Ms. Owens that no one is present. I know this is hard to confirm, but that's one of our concerns.
Okay.
Ooh, yeah. She forgot about morning sickness and soda crackers, and she crossed the line on a crazy versus hot scale. Such a shame. Actually, I think she just kicked the line out the window. She's trying to make herself look fat because she's pregnant. I'm offended. You saying you're full of crap. God, you guys are so cruel. All right, let's get on with it.
I'm not sure. I mean, obviously his family can be here, and I'm not sure he looks like he has some people here, but Ms. Owens, is anyone else with you?
No, I'm in a casita by myself.
I'm in a casita by myself.
I can if you want to, if they want to see that nobody else is present. If that would be helpful.
Okay. All right, thank you. All right, so Mr. Lopez, you may proceed.
Yes, Your Honor. I want to turn the court's attention to, and I'll jump around here a little bit, but Exhibit 38. And Your Honor, do you have that available? It's a video. Do you need a USB?
You can hook up to your computer so it to show it. I can make you a presenter.
I can play it on my computer. Is that what you need? Because I can bring it up there.
Yeah, if you want to present it, then I can make you a presenter, and you can. Well, actually, because I think you need the little hookup thing to that.
Yeah, there was some technical difficulties on it.
But you see, have a good one.
I could try and do that. I don't have the.
Catch you on the rewatch.
That's if you can bring in those hookup things.
What was that, Your Honor?
I'm trying to
Yes.
get my JA to bring in the little extra extension thing that I think you need.
Killing me. She claimed it was a punctuation area. It seems some periods went missing. Oh.
And I think they just hook up to the thing, and then you can hook them up to your computer as well. But then I think they need to hook up to that.
I love it whenever you've got guys in the court that don't know how to operate a computer.
I'm not 100%, but it looks, I think there's a cord already there, maybe.
This would be one for this.
Do judges get paid enough for IT work too? No. You put the lime in the coconut.
Either A or B, but
Yes. MG is right. She would not have noticed because apparently
That doesn't work, then the other thing I can do is just plug it directly.
everything was irregular already.
I mean, I made you a presenter, but I don't see anything currently. I just see you right now. But if you, I don't know if you want to try to.
Okay, let me just try one more thing now. How about now, Your Honor?
Are you playing something or?
Not yet, but I
Yeah, he's playing something. He's playing attorney right now. Leave him alone.
Not seeing anything. I still just see you.
would it be okay if I just brought my computer up?
Sure, as long as everyone can.
Okay.
Serena wants to come up and see it too, or?
Oh yeah, let's go up there. Let's run up there.
Lawyer, do you have in front of you exhibit that's marked 38?
I believe I know the one that you're referring to. I don't have it in front of me, but I believe it's the video of my pregnant stomach. Is that correct?
Yeah. Is this an accurate video of you?
So it's actually not showing up at all on mine. Your Honor, I can see you and I can see Mr. Echard's counsel, but I can't see my attorney or anything else.
You can't see me.
No,
if you can maybe just put it near the we might be able to see it just on the screen.
What she's saying is she can't see all the participants.
She can see you. Well, can you see
That's
him
weird.
now?
How the
can-
F same species
I can only
speak like
see
this.
you and I can see Mr. Echard's counsel.
I mean, I can maybe unmake you a presenter because I think maybe that's what happened is.
No, it's correct.
Can you see him now?
I cannot.
Can you see me now? Can you see me now? I love technical difficulties.
Let me see.
Okay,
Show
Valerie, what else?
5
no,
hours
nothing
later.
else. Nobody else is showing up.
Okay. Despite you being able to see me,
Yes.
you have in front of you exhibit 38.
The video of my pregnant stomach.
The video of my pregnant stomach.
It's a video that I took of my pregnant stomach because Mr. Echard asked me to take it for him so he could verify that I was indeed pregnant.
Okay, and
Pregnant.
is this video an accurate reflection of what you look like recently?
In September, I believe.
And
Oh,
is this
yeah.
a video that Mr. Echard asked you to send to him?
Yes, it is.
Was that to show proof that you were in fact pregnant?
Yes.
Yes.
Then I'd like to move into evidence exhibit 38.
Your objection, I don't believe sufficient foundation was laid. Also, this video does not have any time or date stamp on it to be inherently reliable.
Oh,
I mean, I can't see it, but
Is there any way, Your Honor, for the video to be played on the Microsoft Teams?
well, that's what I think we were trying to have him do with that. The hookup
but
thing,
but he's
I
an
don't know
idiot.
specifically how to do it. Beth, do you know how to hook it up or no?
I do not, but I can ask next door.
The camera's not very kind to her. I have the same issue. Me too. Camera's so cruel to me. Yes. Yes. Don't do it. That's right, Joe.
Let me
Practice
make
stomach.
center again.
We're trying to figure this all out because we're stupid. Oh.
Yeah, and I just play a couple times, so if nothing's happening,
Okay.
That's because you don't know how to do it properly. This is why.
Right, do you just want to lay a little more foundation for the exhibit itself?
Yeah, so, Ms. Echard, when did you say that you took this video?
I took this video in September, and when I did send it to Mr. Echard on that date via email, I also sent him a screenshot that showed, like if you scroll up on a video, and it can show exactly when it was taken, where it was taken, to prove that it wasn't something like I had edited or taken prior to that.
And why did you take that video?
Thank you.
I took that video because he had asked me for a video to show him that I was pregnant.
Okay, and
Yeah, I'm sorry.
the video that you submitted and that we're requesting the court enter into evidence, this is the video that you're talking about?
Yes, it is. I was able to pull up 38. Yes, that's the video. And
Your
I did
Honor,
it.
at this time, we're requesting that this be entered into evidence.
Again, I reiterate my objection, Your Honor.
It
I don't
does.
think sufficient foundation has been laid. She said September. I don't have the date in September, the year. There's no proof she sent this to Mr. Echard. And furthermore, we don't have proof that it hasn't been edited.
Yes.
Your Honor, she's testified that this was the video, that she sent it in September. She sent it because Mr. Echard had indicated she should send it to him to show that she was pregnant. The foundation's laid. She's testified to all of this.
Ms. Owens, does the video that you're looking at in Exhibit 38, is that a true and accurate depiction of the video that you made in September?
Yes, it is.
All right. I'll look at the exhibit over the objection.
Was it working?
My tonsils have babies. My tonsils didn't have babies.
38.
Oh my gosh.
The beginning of.
Here we go.
Ms. Owens, I'd like to take your attention to Exhibit 40. Can you please explain what these are?
These are text messages that Clayton sent me from the time when he found out that I was pregnant through, I believe it was the beginning of July. And these were text messages, for example, that showed that I believe it was the second to last one, shows, "I'm sorry, this made it harder. I wanted you to come over to confirm what I was doubting, and it did confirm that. So I don't see you as a liar anymore," proving that I had gone over to his house and taken a pregnancy test that he had purchased in front of him and that he knew I was
Your Honor,
pregnant.
I'm going to object at this time. She's reading exhibits that have not been admitted into evidence. More foundation needs to be laid,
Yep.
as far as I'm concerned.
Your
Yes.
Honor, I think that she's just trying to explain what these are, and she is
Well,
laying
I mean, if you
foundation.
can explain that without reading the whole exhibit, so.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
Okay, without are these text messages that Clayton had sent to you?
Yes, they are.
Is the phone number that is indicated at the top of each one of these text messages a number that you know to be Clayton?
Yes, it is.
Okay. Was that a phone number that Clayton had texted you from previously?
Yes.
Do you know if Clayton had changed his number since he had texted you from that number previously?
No, he had not, to my knowledge.
Okay. And
Mhm.
these text messages, were they sent to you during the time periods between when you became pregnant to when this petition against you for this injunction against harassment was filed?
Yes.
Are these accurate reflections of those text messages? Have they been altered in any way?
They have not been altered in any way.
Okay. Your Honor, I'd like to admit into evidence Exhibit 40.
Any objection?
Your Honor, I'm objecting for the record. I think there's a completeness issue here. These text messages have been altered. As the court can see, these text messages only include the statements that Ms. Owens wants to include here, not the context surrounding the text messages. I also believe that there hasn't been sufficient foundation laid with respect to the actual dates that these text messages span.
All right, I'll admit.
Oh, that's pretty much a slap right there. So here's the thing: if you're going to put something like this into a court filing, you have to have the dates on there, and she's conveniently edited out any sort of dates. There's no foundation of whenever they were. She also has edited the filings that she's put in there because she's trying to just pull up this basically she's creating a narrative through these text messages, and good on this attorney that's saying, and yeah, this is improper, this isn't correct. You have fevers. Laura would have been the first to have an oral birth. Well, that's true.
40 over objection.
All right, I'd like to turn your attention now to Exhibit 47. Do you have Exhibit 47 in front of you?
Yes, I do.
And what is this exhibit?
This is an email I got from Clayton on September 17th saying that he was unbothered by me.
Oh, and if you haven't already, make sure, I believe I have it pinned up at the top there, in the chat, and that is the link to, and I'm going to say the name wrong, Schnitzel Ninja, and this is where I got all of this from, was from Schnitzel. Damn it, I'm going to say the name wrong because it's really hard for my lisp to get past the name. But make sure that you've gone over there, you've given them a thumbs up, you subscribe to them, get some notifications. They've been following this for quite some time with video evidence, so make sure that you show Schnitzel Ninja some love, because that way he doesn't come back, or she, could be either or, I don't know for sure, but that way they come back and they say thank you very much for sending these people over here. So you just make sure that make sure that you thumbs up over here, subscribe if you haven't, and if you're a member, there's a new video out and you'll get to hear that one, and then Friday it'll be released to the rest of the public. But you're fine, you don't have to worry. It's just you have to do something nice for my members. So yeah, exactly right there. Schnitzel has done excellent work in this case. Yes, thank you very much, MG.
Going to the media about the situation.
Okay, now,
yeah, she went to the media about this situation.
you said when was this email sent to you?
September 17th.
And it was your understanding that it was sent from Mr. Echard?
Yes. correct.
Okay. And what was this email in response to?
And it's a she, I do
This was
believe.
in response to me saying that I had told him that if he didn't continue to participate in the paternity case, that I felt like I was going to need to go to the press because I thought that would pressure him to come up with a parenting
Objection,
plan.
Your Honor. She's providing a narrative that's not part of this exhibit. Again, this is a completeness issue here. She is cutting out the portions she wants and leaving out the context, which would be the email that she sent him that he is responding to.
Mm-hmm.
I'm only
If you want to present the other half of it, obviously you can. I would go ahead and admit exhibit, what are we, 40?
Okay. Your Honor, yeah, at this time I'd like to admit this exhibit.
47, that would be admitted.
Okay, I'd like to turn your attention to Exhibit 37. This, again, is, what is it?
I do not have Exhibit 37 in front of me.
It should be a video.
Can you possibly give me the context for which video it is? Or
It should be a video that was posted by Clayton.
oh, okay, yes, I know exactly.
Something like that.
It was,
Is that about right?
Clayton posted on October the 6th on
Maybe
public
some
Instagram.
hairiness.
What is this video?
This is Mr. Echard telling his
So
200
bad.
and nearly 300,000
Is that about right?
followers that the results of our paternity testing were back and he was not the father when in fact the paternity test results were not back.
Okay, so you had done a paternity test?
Correct.
The results are not back?
The results are still not
Exactly,
back. The testing is
Jamie.
ongoing according to the lab.
But since the paternity test had come back, you are indicating Clayton had posted a video?
Correct.
Where was that video posted?
I'm sorry, did you say where or when?
Where?
It was posted to his public Instagram,
When was it posted?
October the 6th.
Okay, how did you get a copy of it?
I got a copy because it was on his public Instagram.
Okay, and was this an accurate have you altered the video in any way?
No, I have not.
Okay, Your Honor, I'd like to admit Exhibit 37 into evidence.
Your Honor, I'm objecting on relevance. This case is about Ms. Owens' harassment of Mr. Echard. Mr. Echard posting anything on his private social media is not relevant to this case.
Oh, slapped. Technically, it could happen if she was really flexible. Yeah.
Your Honor, as part of the petition that Mr. Echard had written, he had indicated that my client was defaming him when
Yes.
in fact my client was not defaming him.
Yes, she was.
She was harassing him by sending him emails and different text messages. I think that this is relevant to show that not only were the text messages and emails concerning my client's pregnancy, paternity, but also what I had indicated in my opening and evidence that we had Ms. Owens testify to, that she did in fact also message Clayton to take down certain false videos or false statements offline because she was getting harassed by his fans and followers. So this video is to show that this was the video that he had posted, and the reason she had continued communication with him beyond just the pregnancy and paternity was for him to take down certain videos, that it wasn't for harassment and that it was for legitimate purposes. This is that video that we want to present to show why my client was communicating with Clayton regarding that specific.
Yes. She also sent him an email telling him that he should date her so he could find out how tight she was, her words. If they had already done the dirty insertion, we're not talking about from the back door, it would have been very much impossible. So these kinds of things of her lies, of her saying, hey, you know, we did X, Y, and Z, saying that, you know, he knocked her up. It would have been impossible for her to come back and say, you know, you need to try this because it's so tight, is basically already admitting that what she told him in the first place, or what she's trying to claim, that there's no way for her to be pregnant, because all that she did was choke down a couple of ounces of protein shakes. I guess that's the best way of putting it. And it would have been impossible for her to get knocked up that way.
All right, I'll admit the exhibit for the purpose of that limited.
Yeah, like a largemouth bass. That's yeah, I guess you could call it a pretty good catch. All mouth.
Purpose that you're referring to.
Authorization to publish to the court.
Okay.
It's Friday, and you know what we need on a Friday? We need some good news. Who's got the good news today? I got the good news. What's that good news, Clayton? Well, test results came back early, and they said little to no fetal DNA present.
That's pretty straightforward, saying little to no DNA present.
Let's go, baby. We knew, I knew that was going to happen. 5 months of finally put to rest. Thank you all to those that supported me, waited until everything came out, and spent false accusations in 2 years. I really don't want to, look ahead to next year and see what's going to happen. I think 2 false accusations in a lifetime are enough. So, thank you all for the support, love, trying time that I learned so much about myself. And now, back to the regularly scheduled programming. And listen, it's Friday.
About 5 more minutes.
That was mine. It's called Protein Slurpees, not Weight Watchers. You guys are cruel.
All right, I'd like to turn the court and, Mr. Owens, I'd like to turn your attention to Exhibit 44. What is Exhibit 44?
Exhibit 44 is a text message I received from Clayton on June the 4th.
Okay, and was this, okay, this was from, is this a text message or is this an email?
This is a text message.
Is this an accurate reflection of the text message? Has it been altered in any way that Clayton had sent to you?
No, it has not been altered, and yes, it is accurate.
I don't see a phone number in here. Was Mr. Echard's phone number saved as Clayton Echard in your phone?
Yes, it was at that point.
Okay. And, Your Honor, I'd like to admit Exhibit
Oh, yeah.
44 into evidence at this time.
Any objection to 44?
Your Honor, I would just object for the record as to completeness. Again, I believe there is more to this text message than what is being disclosed in this exhibit.
All right, I'll admit it over objection.
Okay, I'd like to turn to Exhibit 46. Ms. Owens, what is Exhibit 46?
What is it?
Exhibit 46 is a variety of different medical providers that I saw confirming that I am, in fact, pregnant from the day I found out I was pregnant on June 1st through, I believe it was last week. It may have been through the week prior to that, but I have the dates on there through October.
Oh, yeah. Let's see. June, July, August, September, October, November. So at this point in time, she would be well into 6 months pregnant. Mm-hmm.
October
Okay.
11th. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Okay. Were these pictures, why were these pictures taken? Why did you save these documents?
I saved these documents again to try to prove to Mr. Echard that I was indeed pregnant because he doubted
As she
me.
says, was.
Did he ask you to send these documents?
Yes, he did.
To show why?
He asked for these documents to show that I was indeed pregnant and that the pregnancy was ongoing and that it was viable.
Have you altered any of these documents in any way to misconstrue their meaning?
No, I have not altered them.
And are these an accurate reflection of these documents?
Yes, it's entirely accurate.
They are your documents?
Yes, they are.
Your Honor, I'd like to admit Exhibit 46 into evidence.
Your Honor, I'm not objecting because I believe the court needs to see these exhibits, but I will note that he has concerns regarding what they're being offered for.
Mm-hmm.
So, at 46.
She looks so confused. What does that mean? Don't shoot the thing at me.
I'd like to take your attention to Exhibit 48. Do you have that in front of you?
I do, yes.
Okay, what is it?
This is a letter from the Arizona Department of Real Estate that they sent me after looking into Mr. Echard's conduct when he was my realtor, showing that he was found in violation of professional conduct for not submitting an offer.
Okay, was this something that you received from the Arizona Department of Real Estate?
Correct.
Did you alter this document in any way?
No, I did not.
Did you receive it on or about September 15th, 2023?
Correct.
Okay, Your Honor, I'd like to admit this
Exact.
into evidence.
Yeah, hit that
I'm
like.
objecting for the record based on relevance. Again, this matter is about Miss Owens' harassment of Mr. Echard. I do not believe that this is relevant.
Yep.
I agree. It will not be admitted.
Oh, slapped.
Your Honor, how much time?
1 minute.
That's awesome. If you're really desperate for entertainment, just check out J Hip, Tragically Hip.
I'd like to turn to Exhibit 50, Your Honor. This will be the final one that
The next
Exhibit
one,
50,
possibly.
You recognize that exhibit?
Yes, I do.
Okay, and what is it of?
This is something that was posted to Reddit by Mr. Echard under a false name, and that was also in the order of protection hearing I had against him last week. It was discussed.
Okay, and
Mhm.
did you change this image in any way?
No, I definitely did not.
No, I would definitely not do that.
Did you get a copy of this image?
It was on Reddit. Somebody had created it, but I know it was Mr. Echard because only he had this image.
Oh,
Objection. She's testifying, Your Honor, regarding information that she cannot testify about. Speculating.
yep.
So you can have her lay foundation that she has knowledge of.
Yeah. So what she did right there was just like, yeah, she's testifying on things that she has no proof of. How can she prove it was Echard? Exactly. So her just making these blanket statements, this attorney's pretty damn sharp. She's catching these things like left and right and just going, nope. I like her. And she's lovely too.
Okay. It's your understanding that Mr. Echard posted this picture?
Yes, because only he had the photo and the sonogram I'm holding that's been edited. I mean,
Okay.
that's been edited.
The edited sonogram.
50 at a time.
Your Honor, I'm objecting. This is
Ooh.
inherently unreliable.
Ooh.
She's failed to lay sufficient foundation. This was not posted by Mr. Echard, and she's provided zero proof that this was posted by Mr. Echard or further that this was sent to Mr. Echard in this manner.
Yeah. Oh, and her look of shock and utter just disbelief. Well, what? So first of all, she hasn't proven that she sent it to him. And she hasn't proven that it was him that even posted it. So we're supposed to take her word for it. Well, anything that comes out of her mouth or goes in, you're supposed to take her word for. Damn, Jim.
I'm going to sustain the objection and not admit 50.
She sustained.
Nothing further at this time, Your
Oof.
Honor.
Examination.
Your Honor, before I start with cross-examination, my request would be, if the court's willing to entertain this, that we be permitted to go until noon. And I would be willing to waive closing argument because I do have important questions that I would like to go through as opposed to presenting the court with a closing argument if the court would allow that.
Well, let's see how we're doing on time.
All right.
Good morning, Ms. Owens.
Good morning.
You were thoroughly questioned by your attorney at the last hearing in this case on October 24th of 2023, correct?
Correct.
And you understand that you were under oath at that time, and you remain under oath today, right?
Correct.
And you're aware that any false testimony that you provided or provide today could be considered perjury, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And so based on that, Ms. Owens, before I proceed with my line of questioning, do you have any prior testimony that you'd like to correct at this time?
I do not.
Nice. That look on her face of like, huh? But she has to get this on the record. She gets this on the record. And if she continues to lie, as you'll find out here in a few months, like the outcome of her lies. See, she thinks she's being slick, and this attorney is getting her slammed.
I want to make sure that you're clear-headed, and obviously it's your position that you are pregnant with alleged twins, correct?
100%, yes, correct.
See?
What medications are you currently on?
Objection, Your Honor. Relevant, and that's an inappropriate question for this.
No, it's not.
Overall, it can be impacting your testimony.
I'm on prescribed prenatals, and I'm on folic acid. And I also take lamotrigine for epilepsy.
Is there anything else? Is that your entire list of medications?
That's my entire list because I was taken off of anything else that I was on when I found out that I was pregnant.
And have you been diagnosed with any other medical or mental health issues?
Objection, Your Honor. I don't think that that's going into her mental health, going into her physical health, mental health. I don't think that's appropriate for this type of hearing.
Overall, I have a question.
Depression.
Okay, and any other physical health diagnoses?
Epilepsy.
And who provided those diagnoses?
All right, I think we're now over the report of that testimony.
Understood, Your Honor. I'll move on, please.
Mm-hmm.
And how far along are you as we sit here today with respect to the pregnancy?
I am 24 weeks along.
And when was your last menstrual period in order to calculate your due date?
Objection, Your Honor. I don't think that that's appropriate at this time.
No, that's very appropriate if you're trying to calculate your last cycle to be able to say, hey, I know that I'm 24 weeks pregnant. She's drinking an energy drink. Oh, yeah.
It seems like these questions are meant to harass my client. She's indicated she's pregnant. She's indicated it's been 9 months. You don't need to know things about her menstrual period.
I'm going to sustain the objection.
Oh.
I'm
Can
sorry.
you please-
I'm sorry.
Can you please provide us with your alleged due date?
February 14th.
And you testify that there's absolutely no possibility at all that your alleged twins are anyone other than Clayton, correct?
There's no chance they're anybody else's.
But you understand that Clayton has been very clear from day one that he did not have sexual intercourse with you, right?
Clayton was not. If you look at the June 4th message,
Ma'am, these are yes or no questions. Do you understand that Clayton was very clear from day one that it's his position he did not have sexual intercourse with you?
Then the answer is no.
And as we sit here today, you have participated in 3 DNA tests to try to prove that Clayton's the father, correct?
Correct.
And not a single DNA test has come back
Oh, I'm sorry.
stating Clayton's the father.
Sorry, it was 2 DNA tests, not 3.
Well, you indicated at the last hearing that you were providing a sample for the 3rd DNA test to be completed, correct?
But the second one got there was an issue with the transit according to the lab. So I mean that wasn't tested. So I can't say that I have had 3 tests that have come back with different results because only 2 were tested.
And notice how the story starts changing.
Ms. Owens, you've provided a sample on 3 separate occasions for DNA tests, correct?
Correct, but the second was
Ma'am, these are yes or
I
no
had nothing to
questions.
do about.
I'm not looking for you to elaborate. So we'll move on. As we sit here today, not a single DNA test has come back indicating that Clayton's the father, correct?
The samples were diluted, and I'm going back next month. Is what I was.
These are yes or no questions. It's a very simple question. As we sit here today, you have no DNA test that indicates that Clayton is the father, right?
The results, the testing is ongoing, is what I was told, as was Clayton.
So
that's
you
not
said that on a couple occasions, that the testing is ongoing.
correct.
So is it your testimony that you provide these samples and that there's no results that are coming from these samples you're providing?
I'm unclear on what you're trying to ask me because
I think she's being pretty clear what she's asking her. She's asked her multiple times. Is it your statement today that you've had 3 DNA tests and all 3 DNA tests, any tests, none of them have shown that he is the father?
they said that I
Okay,
need to
well-
go back next month to give another sample, that the testing is not back. So I'm unclear, I guess I'm trying to say.
Isn't it true that the test came back and indicated there was 0 fetal DNA?
Oh,
That's absolutely not true.
Okay. And again, Ms. Owens, you have provided no testimony and no objective evidence or documentation to date to support that you have a positive DNA test proving Clayton's the father of your alleged twins, right?
The testing is ongoing. I'm unclear, I guess, is what
the
you're trying
testing
to
is
ask
ongoing.
me.
Who is your OBGYN?
Dr. McCool
Your Honor, again.
and Dr. Higley.
Your Honor, I wasn't able to hear that, and I'm not sure if the...
I'll withdraw the objection now.
Can you please repeat that, Ms. Owens? Who is your OBGYN?
My main OBGYN is the perinatologist, Dr. McCool.
And when is the last time, well, you said your main OBGYN. Who else are you seeing? What other pregnancy-related doctors are you seeing?
Dr. Higley, who I saw last Friday,
Mm.
and an epilepsy
My
doctor
faves.
as well. He specializes in pregnancy.
Okay. And in your exhibit, I believe it was 44, you indicated, actually, let me go back here.
Oh boy, here it
I
comes.
apologize. It was your exhibit 43. You indicated that all of exhibit 43 contains copies of your medical records that would support this alleged pregnancy, correct?
I believe it was exhibit 46 that was the proof of pregnancy. We didn't do exhibit 43.
I apologize, Exhibit 46, my mistake. And in that Exhibit
Exactly.
46, all that you have from Dr. McCool here is a screenshot of an upcoming appointment for Monday, July 24th of 2023.
Oh, just a screenshot of an upcoming appointment of July 24th of 2023. That's not good. And the look on her face of, oh.
Right?
Correct. Because that
So
he's a doctor.
you understand that anyone can go online at a mommy where Dr. McCool works and make an appointment for an OBGYN appointment with Dr. McCool, correct?
That is not true. Dr. McCool is a
Miss
perinatologist.
Owens.
We have a referral to have.
Miss Owens, answer the question. Because what she just pointed out is I could go to, basically it's an online doctor, set up something that looks like an appointment, don't have to show up to the appointment. I could just create something like that, make it look like I'm having an appointment. It doesn't prove that you ever even went to the appointment or have anything outside of that appointment.
To see him because I have epilepsy. He's a high risk specialist. You can't go and make an appointment with him. I had to send records to get an appointment with him.
Okay, but the only record that you have provided this court with regarding your alleged high-risk perinatologist is a screenshot of an appointment for Monday, July 24th of 2023, right?
No, I provided the last page was October the 11th with a diagnosis epilepsy during pregnancy from my neurologist after an appointment that day.
Ms. Owens, there is no copy of any medical record from October 11th.
Yes, there is the last page.
Two more minutes.
It's October 11th. If you look at the last page, Zeman Glennis on October 11th, 10:53:20 Mountain Standard Time.
You're right.
So there's perjury is when you lie under oath. Perjury is when you spit out twins. Perjury. Yes.
I apologize. What was it that the court indicated?
A few more minutes, so we need to probably step it up a little bit if you want to get to other things.
As we sit here today, Ms. Owens, you have refused to sign any sort of HIPAA release so that Mr. Echard could obtain directly from your medical providers evidence to support any alleged pregnancy.
No, on Friday, I literally had the doctor send it to him directly. I had my provider send it to him directly. And that's an email I sent to him telling him that it was sent directly to him. I signed a HIPAA release.
Oof.
Ms. Owens, this is not the first time that you've made allegations that you're pregnant with twins within the last 2 years, correct?
That is incorrect.
Oh, now that's going to come back and bite her. She's so high risk that she never saw an OBGYN in person at all during the entire fake pregnancy. As high risk, she would have had visits every few weeks and ultrasounds every time. And also, she's lying right there because they have proof. They have proof that this is not the first time she's done this.
Okay. So I would ask the court to take judicial notice, Your Honor, of the civil matter involving Mr. Greg Gillespie, who is present in the courtroom today.
Oh.
And it's CV. Let me get that number for the court.
I have a protective.
2021.
See, now she's screaming, I have a protective order. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you have a protective order because she just lied. She just lied. She is about to get her ass handed to her.
Gillespie and against Mr. Echard, and I wish I was aware that Mr. Gillespie.
052893.
I'm gonna.
Just completely ignored her trying to talk over her. Just hammers her. Just hammers her right there. Boom.
Object to that.
I mean, we had an exhibit that we
Did you see the look on her face? How could you, what? You're supposed to object to that. He can't. There's no objection that he can put in for that.
discussed last time regarding that case, and what was presented was a complaint and a motion to dismiss, and there wasn't any findings from any court on anything related to that. So I'm not going to consider that at this point.
Your Honor, I do have some questions that I think are very important for the court to hear regarding that case. I understand if the court doesn't want to take judicial notice, but I do have questions that are important that I would like to proceed with regarding the uncanny similarities.
I don't think that would be appropriate for this specific hearing. We know the scope of this particular hearing. Bringing up things in a separate case, there's separate issues. These are not the same thing. This is an injunction against harassment. I don't even know what that case is. It's not an injunction against harassment. I know that. It's not appropriate.
Your Honor, this goes to the heart of why Mr. Echard needs this injunction against harassment, and Miss Owens' pattern, her modus operandi, her pattern of behavior, her pattern of making the same claims against other men in the state of Arizona within the last 2 years. And I think it's highly relevant to this case because it supports why Mr. Echard needs this injunction against harassment, because this individual has done this before, and there are concerns that she will not stop.
I'm going to sustain the objection. I'm not going to allow that testimony.
Drinking down, guzzling down that monster drink. She's just like, oh my God. You can't bring this in. You can't bring this in. Chugging it. Just, I mean, the look on her face as she's chugging that monster drink down.
And Your Honor, I would ask, again, the court to reconsider here, because this matter, it's very important that the court hears how Ms. Owens has made the exact same allegations in another matter within the last 2 years. And that she has committed perjury in the last hearing because she made incorrect.
There's the look, the psycho look. While pregnant, yeah, why not? Sipping her Coors. She's having good memories there. Just like, oh, yes, the same issue. She swallowed both times.
She made false statements under oath regarding the nature of that case. She opens the door in her testimony when Mr. Lopez was when he was direct examining her, regarding the fact that there are no other cases that are similar, regarding things that happened in that case. So she did open the door based on her direct examination.
Yes.
These are very serious allegations that the petitioner's attorney is now alleging against my client.
Yeah, and they should be taken very seriously. Yeah, the dramatic uglies. Yeah, she does not want to get this information in.
She is insisting that my client has now committed perjury. My client has no criminal history and is not being charged with perjury. So,
yet, but she did get charged with perjury. Just a little perjury.
I don't know. Like, that's just an allegation. Again, these cases are completely different. We're hearing that the attorney testified that these are the same. These are not the same matters.
No, they're not the same matters. He's showing modus operandi, or her MO for this.
These questions and this cross-examination of my client regarding these issues, again, would be inappropriate and is outside the scope of this hearing. In fact, it even sounds like she's trying to bring out character evidence, which would be inadmissible in a hearing like this.
I'm going to sustain the objection again. There's other things you want to ask about her testimony. Okay. You have about 2 more minutes.
Oh, she's just pissed. You can see the anger in her eyes.
You understand, and you testified under oath, that Mr. Echard blocked you from communicating with him, correct?
He would block and unblock.
Yeah.
but not from communication. From it was on a text number, but we were always in email communication as recently as the day before I went to the press. He sent me an email. So
Well, Mr. Echard told you he didn't want you contacting him anymore and then would block your telephone number, correct?
but told me to email him.
Ms. Owens, these are yes or no questions. Isn't it true that Mr. Echard indicated he did not want you contacting him anymore and then would block your telephone number?
Actually, that's incorrect. From the early resolution conference that we had, Mr. Echard told me specifically to contact him via text. I had forgotten that. If you look at the transcript from that hearing, you would see that. And I haven't contacted him via text after he told me to.
Okay, can you take a look at Exhibit 55 for me, please?
I don't have an Exhibit 55.
Your Honor, these are our supplemental exhibits.
But we're
These would
not.
have been the ones that are their exhibits that they would have sent you.
Uh-huh. Oh, the ugly face.
It may not be marked by number. Is, I guess, the issue. Hers may not be marked by number.
They are, Your Honor.
Oh,
Let me check my email.
yeah, they sent them to her.
His exhibits. Excuse me. Let me.
And Your Honor, I'm asking for more time because her not being prepared, knowing I presented these exhibits to her attorney yesterday, is coming into my time, and I have still several questions I'd like to ask.
I was not aware that he was getting more exhibits added after he already had testified, so I apologize.
Oh, throat goat.
Okay.
Messages between the parties dated 5/23/20, 5/25/23. That's all I have. I don't have the actual exhibit.
That's the first one. And then there is another one after that. Do you see?
Uh-huh.
You have the exhibit that's from May 25th?
I don't see anything. I literally just am seeing a list of plaintiff's trial exhibits 55 through 63.
There it is.
Can you
Scroll
explain
down.
what the context is for me to understand?
Are you able to scroll down?
Huh? Scroll.
Sure, I'm concerned if she doesn't have these exhibits, that we're going to need more time, because this is very important that I get through this testimony, and I provided these to counsel in advance to avoid this exact issue. And had Ms. Owens been present, this wouldn't have been an issue at all.
Yep.
Right, but I have a protective order against Mr. Echard.
All right. Just, can you find the exhibits or not?
Let me try to see if I could scroll down. Hang on, maybe if I make my screen smaller.
Maybe I make my screen
Oh, yes,
small.
I do. Hang on, I think I see them. I see exhibit 55. Yes, I do.
Oh, what?
Ms.
Twat
Owens,
muffin.
you see Exhibit 55 is a text message communication between you and Clayton dated May 25th of 2023, correct?
Correct. The day after he didn't file the.
I would move to admit these exhibits, Your Honor.
Yep.
Exhibit.
It's not testimony. She's asking if you recognize the exhibit. Any objection to 55?
I don't remember sending
I'll
it.
admit 55.
And here, Ms. Owens, on May 25th of 2023, Clayton says to you, "I'm debating filing a police report. Please leave me alone," correct?
The context needs to be stated. He did not make
Ms.
the
Owens,
$1.1
I am
million
asking you yes
for
or
me.
no questions.
And he was found in
Your
violation.
attorney will have the time to ask you a question again, Ms. Owens. So just answer her question, and your attorney will ask an opportunity.
Oh, she hates that.
Okay, then can you? I'm sorry. Can you repeat the question? I'm sorry.
Yeah, you are.
I'm concerned that she's doing this intentionally to eat into
All right,
my
let's
time.
just ask the questions. You're wasting more time saying all that stuff.
Ms. Owens, isn't it true that on this text message dated May 25th of 2023, Clayton responded to you and said, "I'm debating filing a police report. Please leave me alone," correct?
That's what the text message says. I don't have that, but sure.
And
that's what
right
it
below that, you sent him another text message, correct?
That's what it shows. Correct.
Okay. Can we move to Exhibit 56? It should be the next page of the document, please.
Donor, how are we on time? Because I knew you said 3 minutes.
We're
Let's see.
close on time, so
So stop wasting it.
I want to leave everyone time to do a closing if they choose to.
Tom Gillis, the man, the myth, the legend, ladies and gentlemen, Tom Gillis
These emails between you and Clayton dated June
is
28th
in the
of
house.
2023, correct?
Correct, but the middle email is missing from him, but correct, yes.
You're going to move for the admission of Exhibit 56, please.
But it's missing the
Objection 56.
middle
Yeah, Your
email.
Honor, I'm going to object because this isn't everything in whole. This is, you can see that there's an email missing between these two emails. There wasn't any foundation that was laid.
Yeah, there was.
But this was one of many emails sent between the two of us. Clayton changed his mind many times.
I'm just referring to these exhibits. Do you recognize these exhibits? These messages?
I mean, that's what they said. I haven't gotten to read through them, but I mean, that's what it says.
That's a you problem, not a hurt problem. You were given
Do you
these.
believe these are a representation of the exhibits, of the emails that were sent?
I know that my name when I email somebody else has a picture of me with a horse instead of the LO, so I don't know if that's relevant, whereas like Clayton's picture is shown with Clayton Echard, so I don't know if that's relevant. If I read these quickly, I can see if they are mine. I'm going to trust that they are mine, but
You had opportunity.
gotten a chance to read through them.
This whole case went sideways.
Your Honor, she did testify that she recognized the emails dated June 28th of 2023, so I'm asking for their admission.
Delay.
Again, the middle email is missing where Clayton tried to trap me.
That's not what she asked. Madam.
Your Honor, I'm asking if the court strike that. There's no question before her right now regarding that.
I'll strike that statement. I will go ahead and admit Exhibit 56.
In Exhibit 56, Ms. Owens, on line 1, you say, I just need clarity as to what we are doing. I've offered to give you control over the outcome of the pregnancy if we date exclusively and care for each other, correct?
Oh.
Correct, which was one thought on one day, and I took that away after, yes.
I took that away after.
And this is the exact same statement that you made to Mr. Gillespie back in July of 2021, isn't it?
I have no idea what statement I made to Mr. Gillespie, but
Oh.
both pregnancies have been medically proven, and I have the documentation.
There it is. She just opened up the door. Oh.
And sent it.
But Ms. Owens,
All right.
Owens.
We can't keep everyone talking over each other.
I sent the HIPAA records. I released my HIPAA records.
Ms. Owens, there's no question before you. Your Honor, I'm asking the court to strike these statements.
All right, so let's try to
don't know
just
what I
answer
said
the
in
question. If you,
2021. I don't know what I said in 2021.
okay, so if you don't remember, just say, I don't know what I said.
I don't know.
That if I said that. Okay,
I don't
there
know.
we go.
Yeah.
All right, so we have room for like one more question, and we're going to be doing closing argument.
And Your Honor, again, I would just ask that in lieu of closing argument, that I be permitted to ask.
I've already done that.
Okay.
We're already at 11:56 at the moment. So,
Your Honor. And here, Ms. Owens, isn't it true that you alleged you were pregnant with twins with Mr. Gillespie in June of 2021?
No, that was an email that he doctored in 2021 that I have already testified about that in the other case. So no, I never said I was pregnant with twins.
Can you please take a look?
Again,
At our exhibit.
This was an exhibit that, whatever it is, I'm guessing I know what it is. It was one message that was doctored by Mr. Gillespie that appeared a year into the court case I had with him.
all right, and we've already discussed the fact that I'm not really considering all of that. So let's move to closing
Your Honor,
argument.
my concern here, and again, I mean this with all due respect, but Ms. Owens has a pattern of behavior here She has previously made identical allegations in another case. The exhibits that I have today as supplemental exhibits all support that the statements she's made to Mr. Echard are almost identical to statements made to Mr. Gillespie in 2021. This is highly concerning.
Hey,
behavior.
Flux.
She
Good
has
to
now
see you.
perjured herself on several occasions
Mhm.
during testimony, and I am not being given the opportunity to show the court the documents to support that she is lying under oath.
I have proven my pregnancy and had my records sent to Mr. Echard.
Okay, Ms. Owens, Ms. Owens, we're not testifying right now.
I'm sorry.
Even if it was true that Ms. Owens did that in the past, which we are denying, but even if it was true, that has no relation to this specific case. Just because she may have done it before doesn't mean she's doing it now. And we have presented evidence showing that she is pregnant. We have presented evidence showing
I object.
why
That's
she is.
false. There is no
We're going to do
evidence
closing arguments now. So whoever wants to do a closing argument, Ms. Arena, go ahead.
Your Honor, this is a clear case of harassment. The court has seen through all of the exhibits submitted by Mr. Echard and the additional exhibits that we presented today that the parties had an encounter in May of 2020. Mr. Echard did not have sexual intercourse with Ms. Owens. Shortly thereafter, Ms. Owens began claiming she was pregnant with Mr. Echard's child, with an alleged child. Mr. Echard repeatedly, from May to today's date, has pleaded with Ms. Owens to stop contacting him. He has blocked her number on several occasions, and she gets a new number and or uses an app to continue contacting him. It has not stopped. Mr. Echard has lost job opportunities, speaking engagements. He has suffered extreme emotional distress over these claims that are baseless and over her repeated outreach attempts after pleading with her.
Tell me, sweet little lies.
This is the definition of harassment. The court's well aware harassment is defined per the statute as a series of acts over any period of time that is directed at a specific person and that would cause a reasonable person to be seriously alarmed, annoyed, or harassed. And the conduct, in fact, seriously alarms, annoys, or harasses the person and serves no legitimate purpose. Ms. Owens has fabricated a pregnancy now twice on two separate occasions. Mr. Echard is the second victim of this. She has provided no medical records to support that she is in fact pregnant. As the court saw, her Exhibit 46, Your Honor, is not medical records to support a pregnancy. It is merely, and I'd like to draw the court's attention to this, it is a picture of a test completed at Banner on June 1st of 2023 regarding HCG. It does not say it is a positive pregnancy test. The next page, Your Honor.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Ms. Owens, this is not your turn.
I'm sorry. It does. Okay.
It's not your turn.
So shut your cake hole.
Very questionable, as a woman who's been pregnant before, that Ms. Owens goes to Banner to get an alleged pregnancy test on June 1st, and then she never goes back to Banner Health for any additional testing. The next page of this exhibit is simply a screenshot of an upcoming appointment with a Dr. McCool on Monday, July 24th, 2023. There are no records to support that she is an active patient with Dr. McCool, that he is her perinatologist. There's nothing. We just have a screenshot of an appointment that was made, which anyone can do online.
Yes.
The next record, Your Honor, this is now a HCG test from any lab test now in Scottsdale. This is not a positive pregnancy test. This is a positive HCG test. Why is she going to a new provider for a alleged pregnancy test on October 16th? These next two pages of records, Your Honor, it's hard to tell what they are. They look like they are screen grabs of an appointment that It's unclear. It's just unclear. At the root of this case, and the reason that Mr. Echard is fearful, he is scared, is the fact that there has been a fabricated pregnancy. She has participated in several paternity tests, none of which have come back showing any proof or any signs of fetal DNA, Your Honor. If it wasn't for the fact that she has done this before in another case, this is unbelievable. It is very alarming. She lied under oath.
Oh.
And she lied under oath at the last hearing. She's not being truthful today. And my client is legitimately fearful of what else she's capable of.
Yep.
She's asking that this court recognize that he has done everything to handle this appropriately. He has begged and pleaded with her to stop contacting him. There is no reason for these two to have communication, despite what Ms. Owens will say regarding this alleged pregnancy. There is no proven pregnancy at this point. So we are asking that this court find that she has harassed Mr. Echard from May of 2023 up until today's date, and we're asking that the court find that the injunction against harassment needs to be ordered and maintained.
Thank you.
Boom. Well, it is that time. I do have to go. I'm going to end this bad boy, and we will get on with the rest of this Wednesday, and we'll have a new one for you. So here we go, everybody. See you very soon. Peace.
Bless your heart. I thought I was the only mentally challenged one here.
Get it, yeah, oh yeah. Early morning, rise and shine. Coffee's brewing, feeling fine. News is out and on the air. Shizzy Whiz nuts wild, but we don't care. Morning Whiz and coffee. Talk the news, he's a tease. Laugh it off, we're on the go. Shizzy Whiz nuts, start the show. Let's go. Get it, yeah, oh yeah. Headlines spinning in the breeze. Stupid jokes, he's such a tease. Sip the Java, wear a smile. Pants are off, but stay a while. Morning Whiz and coffee. Talk the news, he's a tease. Laugh it off, we're on the go. Shizzy Whiz, let's start the show. Let's go. Get it, yeah, oh yeah. Headlines spinning in the breeze. Stupid jokes, he's such a tease. Sip the Java, wear a smile. Pants are off, but stay a while. Morning Whiz and coffee. Talk the news, he's a tease. Laugh it off, we're on the go. Shizzy Whiz, let's start the show. Let's go. Get it, yeah, oh yeah. Serious is overrated. Every day we're caffeinated. Talk the town, but in a jest. Morning Whiz is always best. Clock is ticking, time to run. Morning show's a load of fun. Grab your mug, don't spill a drop. Laugh your ass off till you pop. Clock is ticking, time to run. Morning show's a load of fun. Grab your mug, don't spill a drop. Laugh your ass off till you pop.
Oh my god, Shizzy breaks Larry. Shizzy broke Larry.